Yeah. Namaskar, everyone. Today we are discussing about the UN highlights importance of skill development on the World Youth Skill Day. Getting my point. So the day 15th July is a very important day as United Nations headquarters and across the globe events are taking place to celebrate World Youth Day, Youth Skill Day. Mark each year on the 15th July to raise awareness about the importance of youth skill development. The day is important because rising youth unemployment is seen as one of the most significant problems facing economies and society in today's world for the developed and developing country alike. Some 73 million young people are currently unemployed, with 40 million joining the labor market each year. 40 million. To tackle the problem, at least 475 million new jobs need to be created over the next decade. How much? 475 million new jobs need to be created over the next decade. So, United Nations is more concerned about the skill development for all, just like education for all. Skill development for all. However, data suggests that many graduates are ill prepared for the world of the work. And the United Nations is working to ensure that as many young people as possible have the skill set to prosper in the job market. Education and training are the central part of the United Nations Sustainable Agenda 2030, Agenda for the Sustainable Development, which aim to end poverty and inequality while preserving the planet. Goal 4 of the agenda is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunity for all. A significant aspect of Goal 4 is the development of technical and vocational education and training. Improving access and skill is expected to address economic, social, and environment demand by helping youth and adults develop the skill they need for the employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship. The United Nations believe that this skill can give youth an ability to access the world of the work and start their own business and make young people more resilient in the face of market that demand more flexible, helping to increase productivity and increase wage levels. They can also reduce access barriers to the world of the work through work-based learning and ensuring that skill gain and recognize and certify and offer skill development opportunity for the low skill people who are currently unemployed. So this is a more concern about the United Nations Sustainable Agenda, especially that is a seven goal for the people for the planet. So as we all are more about that, the Sustainable Development Goal are universal call to actions to end poverty, protect the planet, and improve the life and prospect of everyone. Everywhere, the 70 goals were adapted, and today progress is made in many places, but overall action to meet goal is not at advancing at the speed of scale required most. So to unsure in the decade of ambitious action to travel the goals by 2030. So United Nations is more concerned about this decade of the action, with just under 10 years left to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. World leader at the Sustainable Development Goals Summit 2019 called for the decade of action and delivery for sustainable development and please a mobility financing, enhance national implementation, and strengthen institutions to achieve the goals by the target date 2030, leaving no one behind. So, the United Nations Sustainable Secretary General called on the all sector of society to mobilize for the decade of actions on three levels: global actions to secure global leadership, more resource, smarter solution for the sustainable development goals, local actions embedding the need and transition to the policy, budget, institutions, regulatory framework of the government, cities and local authority, and people action, including by youth, civil society for media, the private sector union, academia, and other structure to generate adapting movement pushing for the required transformations. So numerous civil society leaders and organizations have also called a super year of the activities to accelerate progress on the sustainable development goals like Asia Africa Development Council, Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, urging world leaders to roundable effort to reach the peoples of furthest behind, support local actions and innovations, strengthen data system and institutions, rebalance and relations between people and nature, and unlock more and financing and sustainable development. At the core, in 2030 decade, the need of action for the tackle poverty, empower women and girls, and address climate emergency. More peoples around the world are living better life compared to just a decade ago. More people have access to better health care, decent work and education even before, but inequality and climate change are threatening to undertone the gains. Investment in the inclusive and sustainable economy can unleash significant opportunity for shared prosperity, and the political, technological, and financial solutions are within reach. But much more leadership and rapid, unprecedented change are needed to align these levels of change with sustainable development activities. So, just
The United Nations General Assembly was the scene of a celebration in 2015, when 193 member countries adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, a unanimous commitment to end poverty, fight inequality, and tackle climate change.
We need action from everyone, everywhere. 17 Sustainable Development Goals are our guide. They are a to-do list for people and planet and the blueprint for success.
The SDGs are an agenda to balance human prosperity with protecting the planet.
Imagine there's no countries.
UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Shakira asked global leaders to imagine a world where we achieve the goals by 2030. While fellow UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Angelique Kidjo underscored a focus on Africa and developing countries. But the universal agenda is important to all nations, as leaders from developed countries also pledged to make the goals a reality.
Poverty, growing inequality exists in all of our nations, and all of our nations have work to do, and that includes here in the United States. And that's why today I am committing the United States to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
The Sustainable Development Goals build on the success of another 15-year plan. Created in the year 2000, the Millennium Development Goals sunset at the end of 2015. The MDGs halved extreme poverty, achieved equal primary education for girls and boys, and dropped HIV infection by 40%, among many successes. The SDGs go beyond the MDGs by improving the lives of everyone, everywhere, and create a better world for future generations.
Today, we are 193 young people representing billions more.
The youngest Nobel Peace Laureate, Malala, calls on world leaders to keep their promise to every child.
Each lantern we hold represents the hope we have for our future because of the commitments you have made to the global goals.
And Pope Francis advised world leaders to put humanity and the environment over politics.
Los gobernantes han de hacer todo lo posible a fin de que todos puedan tener la mínima base material y espiritual para ejercer su dignidad y para formar y mantener una familia.
193 nations unanimously committed to the Sustainable Development Goals.
It is so decided.
But the journey starts here. Now's the time to take global action for local results and move our people and planet towards a sustainable future.